Good morning, students, and welcome to history class. Dear students, we are learning about Jainism and Buddhism. No? The new religions emerged in India. 6th century BC, we have already learned the importance of 6th century BC and the emergence of a number of thinkers like Confucius in China, Zoroaster in Persia, Mahavira and Gautama Buddha in India. No? So 6th century BC. And Mahavira and Gautama Buddha founded their religions, Jainism and Buddhism respectively. Already we have learned now, and in the coming classes we will learn about the various reasons for the emergence of these two new faiths in India, or the reasons that led the emergence of these religions in India. We will learn. Before that, we have to learn the sources. Some sources are there. These sources are giving information about Jainism and Buddhism. We are getting information about Jainism, about Mahavira, about the Tirthankara, about Gautama, or Lord Buddha from a number of sources. So in this video we will learn about the sources of information about Jainism. The first one is Angase. So the three important sources which provide information about Jainism and Buddhism are the following. So we are having three important sources of information about Jainism and Buddhism. We are having, in the previous sessions we have learned about the Aryans, or the Vedic culture we have learned. And we have a number of sources of information about the Aryans like 4 Vedas. And then we have learned about the two great Indian epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata are the two important sources of information about the Aryans. Rigveda, another one. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda. Then we have learned allied literary works we have learned like Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Darshanas, Upanishad. We have learned all these are the sources of information about Aryans. So we are having sources of information about Mahavira or his religion, Jainism, that is Angase. Angas are the text of Jainism based on the discourses of the Tirthankaras. Tirthankara, we have religious teachers, and we know that there were many Tirthankaras in Jainism. 24th Tirthankara was Mahavira. So Angas are the text of Jainism based on the discourses of the Tirthankaras. The discourse delivered Samavasrana or divine preaching hall is called Srudjana and comprises 11 Angas and 14 Purvas. There are 11 Angas. Once again, Angas are the text of Jainism based on the discourses of the Tirthankaras. So we can say it is the sacred books of Jainism, because it contains the discourses or the teachings of various Tirthankaras or the teachings of Jainism. It is generally accepted that whatever Lord Mahavira taught after gaining omniscience was compiled by his disciples in 12 parts called Angas. Sanskrit word for parts. Angas, the English meaning is part only, a part. Okay. After attaining the wisdom of omniscience, okay, Mahavira delivered, okay, speeches no delivered. And these angas are collectively known as Dwadashanki. The foremost of these angas is Ajaranga Sutra. Okay, please remember, angas, there are 11 angas and 14 purvas, and among the 11 angas, the Ajaranga Sutra is one of the most known. What is Ajaranga Sutra? It is the first of 12 angas, part of the Agamas or religious texts, which were compiled based on the teachings of Mahavira. Okay, Ajaranga Sutra, okay, based on the teachings of Lord Mahavira. Okay, Ajaranga Sutra. Another well-known anga is the Vyakyaka Prajnati, which is more popularly known as the Bhagavati Sutra. Bhagavati Sutra is the fifth of the 12 Jain Agamas. Okay, said to be promulgated by Mahavira. Once again, Bhagavati Sutra is the fifth of the 12 Jain Agamas. Okay, said to be promulgated by Mahavira. Okay, Ajaranga Sutra. Then, okay, Bhagavati Sutra. While the former deals with the code of conduct, what do you mean by code of conduct? The rules and regulations which a Jain monk is required to follow. The latter expounds the Jain doctrines in a comprehensive manner. Okay, so this Ajaranga Sutra and Bhagavati Sutra. Ajaranga Sutra or the former deals with the code of conduct which a Jain monk is required to follow. The latter expounds the Jain doctrines in a comprehensive manner. Explains. Based on these sanghas, the seeds also compiled. What do you mean by a seed? SWR seed is a person of supposed supernatural insight which sees vision of the future. That is the meaning of seeds. Okay. The seeds also compiled 12 auxiliary works that came to be known as the Ubhangas. Okay, Ubhangas. The second of the main groups of Svedambara canonical scriptures is the Ubhangas, auxiliary limbs in Sanskrit. So we will learn about the Svedambara and Digambara, the two sects of Jainism. So we will learn what is Jainism, who founded Jainism, okay, Vardhamana Mahavira, and the meaning of the two terms Vardhamana and Mahavira. And then Mahavira became Jina. These things we are going to learn. And after the death of Mahavira, his religion, okay, divided or split into two, Svedambara and Digambara. We will learn the differences between Svedambara and Digambara. Okay, Svedambara group of Jain, okay, followers, and Digambara group of Jain followers. Svedambara and Digambara. Okay, we will learn that. But this is about the Angas, the main source of information about Lord Mahavira and his religion, Jainism. It is said that these Angas and Ubhangas were not written for a long time. They were orally passed on by the religious leaders to their peoples. Okay, we have learned about Shruti and Smriti, no? The Vedic literature, no? Shruti and Smriti, like that here also, but it is not about Vedic literature, right? It is about Angas and Ubhangas, the main sources of information about the Jain religion, and they were orally passed on by the religious leaders to their people, religious guru to their shishyas, and the shishyas, okay, like that, this passed from one generation to another like that. According to famous Indian historian R.C. Majumdar, towards the close of the 4th century BC, a famine in South Bihar led to the exodus of an important section of Jain, headed by Bhadrabahu to South India. What is that? A famous Indian historian pointed that there was a famine in Bihar, and this famine caused a mass departure. I mean, exodus means a mass departure of people. I mean, large number of people left Bihar and they reached South India in Karnataka. Then after those that remained behind in Padaliputra called for a council in order to revive the knowledge of the Angas. After that, there was a meeting, council of Jain, what we can say, scholars, in order to discuss about the Angas. The result was the compilation of the 12 Angas. At another council held at Vallabhi in Gujarat in the 5th century or the 6th century AD, a final collection of the scriptures was made for the first time in Ardha Magadhi Prakrit language. There were Jain council, no, what do you mean by council? We can say grand meeting of the religious experts to discuss about the doctrines of the religion. The Angas are regarded as the most important part of the Jain doctrines. They discuss religious rites, stages of householder's life, the vows of chastity or brahmacharya, rules of conduct and other features of Jain philosophy. So that is why it is a sacred book for the Jain follower, and for us, for us means the Angas and the Purvas are providing valuable informations about Lord Mahavira, about Jainism, the doctrines of Lord Mahavira, the code of conduct or the rules and regulations that a Jain follower or a Jain monk has to follow. And more, it is giving more information about Jainism. And we have learned there was a famine in Bihar, and that famine caused the a departure of large number of people from Bihar, and they reached in South India. There they spread Jainism. In Karnataka, no, in some place still now there are many Jain believers are there that we will learn afterwards. Bhadrabahu. So this is about Angas. Angas. And in the next video, that is tomorrow, we will learn about Tripitaka or the 3 baskets. Tripitaka is an important source of information about Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha and his religion, his teachings. Tripitaka and also Jatakas or Jataka. You will learn about the Jataka stories. I will explain what is Tripitaka and which are the 3 baskets, Vinaya Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. Vinaya Pitaka deals with the rules and regulations which Buddha promulgated. Abhidhamma Sutta Pitaka comprises the discourses of Buddha on various occasions. And the 3rd basket deals with the Buddhist philosophy. The 3 basket or Tripitaka. Why it is known as 3 basket? We will find the reason. And lastly, we will learn about Jatakas, and then after we will learn about the causes for the rise of Jainism and Buddhism. One by one I will explain clearly. The reasons that led the rise of these religions. So please revise. Thank you.